staring at me. And but now, yes, we want to call a regular order virtual economic development town hall meeting Tuesday, April the 27th, 2021 at 3:00 p.m. We're at Birmingham City Hall. This is a virtual town hall meeting, so welcome everyone. Okay, we have the approval of the minutes. Dr. Quinn, you should have the minutes from last week. If it's possible, I could get an approval, a motion to approve.
Yes. Motion to approve.
Second, all in favor, let's say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. We've approved the minutes from last week. Okay, we will move to our first one, which number 3, where we will have Griffin Lassiter tell us what we're dealing with, and go with it. You have it, Mr. Lassiter.
My screen, but I'll give you a brief synopsis of this. I am Griffin Lassiter, Senior Project Manager in the Department of Innovative and Economic Opportunity. Today, we're bringing for your consideration an assignment of an agreement approved by the Council in 2011 with 29C LLC regarding the mixed-use project located in Lakeview on 7th Avenue South, over there where Hattie B's is. 29-7 is requesting approval of the assignment to include the incentives provisions to Weldon Field Development, a local City of Birmingham company. The existing incentive structure calls for an annual 40% sharing of actual sales tax revenues or $150,000 annually, whichever is less, for 10 years with a cap of $1.5 million over the term. The agreement financials remain the same. This is only a change in the development company. Under the original agreement, the incentive did not kick in until the project reached the 75% occupancy level, thereby making 2016 sales the first year subject to revenue sharing. Meade Silsby, representing retail specialist in the project, is with us to address further details, and Jim Stanley is on, he should be on, from the Office of the City Attorney if you have any questions about the agreement itself. Meade, would you like to tell them what I left out?
Absolutely. Thank you, Griffin. Appreciate y'all having me this afternoon. We have, as he said, developed this project back. We actually closed on the land in 2005, got it under construction in 2010 and 11, and then finally got to that 75% occupancy downstairs, starting in 2016. So we've collected 3 years of this agreement and have submitted for the 4th year of this agreement, albeit this year is obviously a challenging year after the COVID situation, but we've got that in process with the city, which would leave 6 years remaining on this agreement, and we have put this under contract with a local investor that is looking at it right now. It's under contract, and it's contingent on us being able to transfer this agreement. We are certainly hopeful that post-COVID, we're going to see people come spending money and going out to dinner and paying taxes. We got to a point where Hattie B's was the only functioning retailer at one point during the COVID epidemic, pandemic, excuse me, and we now have a sushi restaurant going in, opening very shortly in the Bobbly space. We have a coffee shop backfilling the coffee vacancy that happened this past year. And then Sky Castle has closed, and we have signed a group called Steel Gastropub that is close to getting open as well. So we're obviously very excited about that.
Very good, very good. At this time, I'd like to open it up to the councilors. Dr. Quinn, you have any questions?
I think this is, very straightforward. I'm prepared to make a motion that we advance this to the council.
Go right
recommendation.
Ahead. Go right ahead. I'll open it up to make a motion.
Yeah, so I make a motion that we advance this to the full council with a recommendation for approval.
Okay. Oh, okay. Is that second by Clinton Woods? Okay, well, I
Yes, sir.
second. Oh, okay, that was Clinton Woods. It's been moved and properly second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it, and that is advanced to the full council. And now we will go to item 4. And that will
Thank you,
be handled.
councilors.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Chris Hatchard, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Go right ahead.
All right, thank you, sir. Good afternoon, Councilman. This afternoon before you is a redevelopment agreement between the City of Birmingham and the Housing Reinvestment Corporation of America, also known as NCRC, under which the city will transfer up to, I'm sorry, okay. I don't know if that was me or not, but I'll turn my system down. Okay, under which the city will transfer up to 24 vacant lots, which comprise a portion of the former Camellia Terrace Apartments property located within the 1,000 and 1,100 blocks of 51st Street in the Bellevue Heights neighborhood. We'll transfer these to the NCRC for the price of $1 per lot. The NCRC will develop a single housing family unit on each lot transferred. And on the call today from the NCRC, I have Mr. John Adams and Mr. Dennis Harold. If you have to explain the development and to answer any specific questions you have. John or Dennis, you want to chime in? John, I think you're on mute.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate the opportunity to come before you today. My name is John Adams. I am the Chief Operating Officer of NCRC Growth and the Housing Reinvestment Corporation of America. We are looking to build 24 homes. Our organization is a housing impact fund that is designed to acquire, renovate, or build new construction homes in low and moderate income census tracts for low and moderate income families and individuals. We operate in 17 cities across the country. We're very excited about the opportunity to work with the city to bring 24 homes. We've designed 5 houses, 3 ranch style homes, 2 two-story homes. We anticipate the price points of the product in the community to be right around 170,000 to 190. And in addition to that, the square footage of those homes will be about 1,250 square feet to 1,400 square feet. With me today is our regional construction manager for Atlanta, for the Georgia market and the Alabama market, and that's Dennis Harold. I'd like to introduce Dennis and have Dennis say a few words.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to be here. Appreciate you guys entertaining our development relationship with the city of Birmingham. I will be probably on the ground more than anybody, and we're really looking forward to this project. We'll be looking to actually hire a construction manager to help us manage that process. So anybody knows anybody looking for a job, feel free to pass their name along. That's really all we have to say right now. We're just really looking forward to getting started.
Well, first of all, let me thank both of you gentlemen for what you're doing and choosing Birmingham to build. We're all excited about new roofs coming to the Birmingham area. I'm a little biased because I'm not like Dr. Quinn. He has a lot of construction going on. We can use all we can get in District 9, but I am a city councilman, so whatever impacts Birmingham impacts all of us. So I want to thank you for that. At this time, I'll open it up for questions to my colleagues. Councilman Woods, or if you're there, do you have any questions? You're on mute.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Real quick, just had a question about, I guess, the structure. Will we be, I guess, conveying 24 lots at one time, or is there what does that timeline look like for them to take possession of the lots and then for them to build on the lots?
Yes, Councilor Woods. Yes, under the agreement, we will be transferring 24 lots at one time. We're planning to be really aggressive with the construction. I know NCRC, they've identified the first 4 to 5 lots that they will begin construction on, and then the remainder of the lots will be phased in along probably the next year to year and a half.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's pretty quick. So you're thinking building 24, under 24 months, I guess? Or
I'll let Mr. Adams and Mr. Dennis speak to the ultimate timeline, but yeah, this is a very aggressive timeline.
Yes, I can address that. Our position is that we're going to use 2 local general contractors to do the construction work. And Dennis will oversee that individual along with the construction manager. We believe, as we've done in other cities, we can produce the 24 units in an 18-month to 2-year period.
And then one last question is just about, I guess, who would you guys be selling these homes, or could you talk a little bit about who would take possession of these homes once constructed?
Yes, sir. We'd be more than happy to address that for you. So we have a relationship with a local real estate agent. That agent will represent the community and put them into MLS, and they'll be at market rate. We also have some of our NCRC. We are part of NCRC, which is the National Community Reinvestment Coalition. If you're not familiar with NCRC, it's a coalition of about 600 members across the country. We have relationships with numerous banks and CDCs, and we will utilize the membership as well as our investors, which are all of our equity partners are major banks in the country. And we'll utilize those relationships to bring special lending programs and down payment assistance programs so that we can utilize that to put individuals into the homes.
Okay. I'm trying to think. What's our? We have a local organization I know that's affiliated with NeighborWorks.
Titusville.
Housing Services of.
It's a Neighborhood Housing Services of
There we go,
Birmingham. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, it sounds really, really, really good. Excited to kind of see how this turns out. But like, if we can get some of these vacant lots reactivated, and like Councilor Hill, you said, get rooftops back out there. So I think everything sounds good. So kind of excited to see this get going, and hopefully it's a model we can duplicate.
Sir.
We hope the same thing, sir.
Absolutely. Councilman Quinn? Quinn?
Yes, question. So in the last few months, lumber prices have skyrocketed astronomically. I think a 2x4 went from costing about $2 to now, depending on the quote, I think you can maybe get them for $8. Sheet of plywood's running about $50. Is that going to impact this project and the overall cost of the homes?
Well, the short answer is yes. The long answer is we may actually benefit from it. We reprice every 30 days. So the estimates that we put into place right now are based off of today's 30-day pricing numbers, which means that they're high, and we hope that they're at the peak. So the benefit that we may see is that our prices could actually improve as we move forward through the project. If we would assume for a second that we may be at the top of the market, we could get better pricing as we move forward.
Okay, and my next question is for Mr. Hatcher. I can't recall the name of the individual, but I believe that we've done this type of arrangement previously in Bellevue Heights. If I recall correctly, it was maybe 13 parcels And again, I apologize for not being able to recall the name of the company or the individual that was involved in that, but just wanted to take this opportunity to kind of check in on that project and see what kind of results we're getting from that.
Right. The name of that organization was RD Squared, and they were successful in building about, I'll say 4.5 homes. We have 4 homes out there. We have one yet to be completed that the city of Birmingham, we actually had to foreclose on it in order to complete the construction. And also they had 10 additional lots that were deeded to them. We also had to go in and foreclose on those lots to get them back into the city's ownership. That project had good merits, but unfortunately, the developer did not have the capacity or the wherewithal to finish and deliver the product. So, we had to get them back, and we have to partner with other organizations who can deliver the product, because the ultimate goal is to redevelop the property to provide quality housing for the citizens of Birmingham.
So, are some of these parcels those?
Yes, sir. Some of these parcels are the parcels that we foreclosed on to get back into the ownership of the city of Birmingham.
And remind me again, when the agreement was with RD Squared was initiated.
Ooh, that's good. I believe, and I don't have the files right here in front of me, but I believe the initial agreement, there were a number of agreements, separate agreements, but the last agreement for where they did not perform, I believe was either late 2016, early 2017, and we foreclosed on them on November of last year. So we gave them more than enough time to comply. Actually, the agreement that was executed, they were woefully out of compliance with it, and we were working with them to bring them back into compliance, but we just could not make it work.
So, Mr. Adams, acknowledging that we haven't had the greatest experience, in endeavoring to do this, what can you tell us about your company in regards to its, capacity to deliver on this project?
Be glad to address that, and certainly can understand the concerns. We've seen it in a number of cities that we operate in, and we come into this situation frequently. We are an $80 million housing investment fund. All of our equity investors are major banks in the country. In return for their investment, they receive CRA credits. So we are a CRA credit sponsored mission fund. We currently have 296 properties that we have under construction in various cities throughout the country. We have, in the life of the fund, we have purchased over 750 properties and sold over 450 to low to moderate income individuals and families. We are very proud of the fact that 85% of all of the product that we have done is either sold to a low or moderate income individual or family, or is located in a low or moderate income census tract. We've been operating since 2015. We have a staff of 36 people. As I said, we operate in 17 cities, those being Chicago, Illinois, and then moving, that's as far west as we go. Moving from there, coming east into Ohio, we're in 3 Cs, Cincinnati, Columbus, and Cleveland. Drop down to Pittsburgh, over into Washington, D.C., suburban Maryland, suburban Virginia, Baltimore, North Jersey, South Jersey, Philadelphia, Wilmington, Delaware. We come south into Atlanta, Columbia, South Carolina, obviously soon to be Birmingham. And we operate in Florida, Jacksonville, Broward County, which is a suburb of Dade, and Miami. as well as Tampa and Orlando, St. Pete market. We are currently expanding into the New Orleans market, and we are doing a market study right now in Minneapolis. Our footprint is unique in the fact that because we provide CRA locations, because the investors have taken us to those markets. We do have some of our equity investors have pledged money specifically for Birmingham, so they will be receiving the CRA credits that are commensurate with this project. Without, I'll quit babbling and see if there's any more specifics that I can answer for you on that.
Sure. Additionally, what is the company's position on the utilization of minority and women-owned businesses and contractors to actually perform the construction?
We are a very strong component of that. There are 3 primary missions that we have as a fund. Our first mission is providing affordable housing. Our second mission is to provide housing counseling. And so we have a network of housing counseling that we utilize throughout the country. And then third is job creation and job training. So with all of that, our commitment to women and minority owned businesses is very strong. We are working very well we will be working very well with the Birmingham Construction Industry Authority. We've identified 2 general contractors. Both of them are, one of them I know is a life member. The other one is a member of the BCIA. So we're very excited about that. And we firmly believe that we could very easily achieve the 27 to 30% desire, but our mission is to exceed it.
Thank you.
Dr. Quinn, there again. Thank you for that information. I noticed that, and Councilman Woods may or may not know, but we are members of the NCR and have been for the last 2 years. It's time to renew our membership, which we will do, hopefully, and get that done as soon as possible. I've attended before the pandemic. A couple of us, council and my colleagues, attended the convention in Washington, D.C. So we know the works of your organization, and they are vast, they are strong, and they're good, and we're glad to be affiliated. With that said, can I get a motion to move this to the full council?
Mr. Chair, I recommend, or I make a motion that we recommend the council with a recommendation for approval.
It's been moved. I get a second?
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. That'll move it. All in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Thank you, gentlemen. Now I think we move on to a disparity study, and I think that's going to be given by Chris Hauser. Coriante Hauser?
Yep, I'm here, Coriante.
Okay, Coriante,
Yep.
Thank you, my friend. I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
No problem at all. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Coriante Hauser. I serve as the Deputy Director for the Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity. So I'll give a quick overview and an update about where we are with our disparity study, and then open the floor for any questions that anyone has. So as you know, the city of Birmingham started or contracted with Griffin and Strong to perform a disparity study in August of 2020. Griffin and Strong is by far the top leader in disparity studies, so we are in good hands. No disparity study that they've ever had has been overturned or challenged in court. And the principal, Rodney Strong, is the principal architect of the City of Atlanta's inclusive procurement program. So they have absolutely been working us and trying to get data and making sure they understand what the city is doing. And so we feel very confident that in August of 2021, as a projected deadline, that they will give us really good recommendations that we can then implement as policy through the administration and obviously through the council as well. So to date, they have finalized the work plan that they have put in front of us of what needs to happen through this. There's a data assessment that they do, and currently we're meeting with them weekly our procurement team, finance team, IMS team, capital projects, a representative from each of them meet weekly on Friday to discuss the data that they have received. And so you can imagine the lift on our team to sort of sit through those meetings. And sometimes they go one by one, thousands of vendors that we have to make sure that when they start analyzing this data and giving us recommendations, that they're clear, they're concise, and they're accurate with that. So we'll host those for the next several weeks until they get to the next part of the disparity study. They've already drafted the legal chapter of the disparity study and also review any policy that the city of Birmingham has, including BCIA, the consent decree. They've also looked at the 2007 disparity study to make sure they get a very good picture of what has been happening in Birmingham and then where we can go. They're also going to collect quantitative data. So they have pulled the state vendor list. They've pulled any county vendor list. They've pulled obviously the city's vendor list. And they've gone through several organizations to try to make sure that they have a good understanding of what's available in the Birmingham economy. So that's one of the things that the disparity study does. It measures the utilization and availability rate in the region to see if there's any disparity, be it intentional or not. So they've held a couple of public hearings. The most recent ones were on the 14th and the 15th. The next hearing that they'll do is a focus group, which will be on April 28th and the 29th. And they have picked those participants based on the vendor lists that they have and also some information that people have requested to be a part of. And so it's very focused, very intentional on who is in that focus group. They make sure they had a variety of vendors who are there or suppliers who are there, from construction to services and goods and architect, engineering. And so they really want to understand a couple of things. These are not just people who have done business with the city, but people who want to do business with the city, and any perception that they have about doing business with the city, they take all of that into account, not just those who have done business who may give us favorable results, but those who have not done business and why you have not done business with the city, so that we can have a very clear picture of how to move forward. So the next couple of phases that we have between now and, again, August is the potential deadline. Obviously, there's a lot of steps in between as far as data, making sure we have enough suppliers and vendors in their program. But once they get to the August date, they will make a formal presentation to the council, to the administration, to talk about recommendations, which are intended to be policies moving forward. They do recommend that we do a disparity study every 5 years to make sure that we're on top of what's available in our network and then what's being utilized as well. So once that final report comes out, you'll be able to see everything that they did over the past year. We have asked them humbly to give us some pre-recommendations, and they do not do that at all because we want to kind of know what they're seeing. But to protect them and to make sure it's a full picture, they have not offered not one pre-recommendation to us. And we really appreciate it at the same time because we want to make sure they have a good picture. And so they are constantly in contact with us. Me and my team meet with them at least once a week to just discuss anything that they may need from the city. And then, like I said, we're also at this point in time meeting weekly as well with the data team to make sure they understand how we code commodities, how we source vendors, how we pay vendors, what does it mean to be a vendor in the city of Birmingham? And so the city of Birmingham team has been extremely helpful in making sure that they have the right information now. One of the things that they pointed out to us is that it's the time now for anybody who wants to be involved as far as the city, get involved now because once they make the recommendations, it needs to be very clear that the work has been done and that these recommendations can be held up in court. And so they are not shy about asking information that they need over and over again and getting down to the nitty gritty to make sure it's all right for us. So that's the overview and update that we are at right now. And then I'll be glad to answer any questions that anyone has.
Well, thank you for that. And I'm going to open it up to my colleagues. Dr. O'Quinn, do you have anything you want to add to that?
I appreciate the summary. I think, when they launched the study, representatives from Griffin and Strong came and spoke to this committee. So it's good to have an update on the current status. One of the things that I'd like to know about is sort of, what the community engagement, looks like. And, we of course hear from a lot of local vendors, local business persons who would like to do business with the city of Birmingham, that are, trying to figure out how to navigate that opportunity. And, I'd like to know that those folks, they're sort of a broadly cast net to capture those folks and get their input and, make sure that we're hearing from them.
Yeah, absolutely. So we provided obviously our vendor list to them. So anyone that we have done business with, they got that information. So they have physically mailed notifications out, and those who provided emails, they have those. They also went to BCIA and got a list from them to contact those vendors as well. Again, they went to the Alabama vendor list as well to get the full list of who's in the region. And so made contact with them. And then obviously, as we sort of hear through them at our office of people wanting to get involved, we refer them to the team so that they can be involved as they need to as well. So anyone that you have or that contacts your office, feel free to forward it to us, and we can get them in direct contact with the team over at Griffin and Strong to make sure that they're involved and their voice is heard.
Well, thank you for that information. Is Clinton still here? Do you have anything you want to offer? Ask Councilman Woods.
Yes, sir. My main question was just kind of around, I just want to circle back on the timeline and kind of see overall when we thought the process will be completed, and just kind of, it may not be the perfect time right now as far as the second half, but I wanted to make sure that we do all we can on the front end to kind of inform the council about what the responsibility would be in regard to like adopting recommendations on the back end.
Yeah, absolutely. So about August, September is the deadline that we have set now. The reason I say August, September is because there's a lot of data that they have to sparse through for this second tranche that they're doing. But that's the intended deadline for that. Griffin and Strong do offer post-study implementation consulting as well. And so we have already started to engage them on what that may look like, so that they can give us not only the recommendation, but help us walk through and really understand how to implement those at the different levels that we have. So at the city council level, at the administration, within the procurement and finance office. So we're looking sort of at the totality of that, but they have let us know that one of the things that sort of sets them aside from other companies who do disparity studies is that they always bake into their plan a post-study implementation session so that we can really understand what happens after the recommendation. I think that's one of the pitfalls that some fall into, is that they get the recommendation and then it's like, oh, what do we do with that? They have committed to helping us walk that out to really figure out what is it that we can do immediately, and then what is it that we can do over the next 5 years until we decide to do another one, if that's the case.
Coriante Hauser, I want to thank you for that information you've given. We look forward to more updates and definitely making sure this information gets passed on to our other colleagues so we can understand it and have a true mission on where we need to go. With that said, we're going to move on to any old business, any new business. If that's the case, we appreciate everyone who's joined in with us, who participated. May I get a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
It's been moved. Do we have a second? Second.
Second.
All right. It's been moved and properly second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Ayes have it. Thank you, everyone, for participating. we look forward to it. And Coriante, I hope I got your name right this time. Very good. Very good. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a good day.